He was obsessed with working. He kind of never, ever was happy with the moment to leave the sculpture. It was kind of never finished. And so the work all feels experimental and fresh.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most expensive things in the world.
Selling here at RM Studies, ladies and gentlemen, the 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO, $44 million. Well done.
For this list, we're looking at the most expensive items, objects, buildings, or vehicles, and the exorbitant amounts they were made or sold for. Since there are so many exorbitantly expensive things in the world, we'll be keeping it to one per category. Would you buy any of the things on this list? Are there any hugely costly items we missed? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Voice.com domain name. As the common masses have adopted the World Wide Web, a business's internet address has become more and more important.
Try 000,000.
No.
No one will click on a domain with a bunch of ones and zeros, which also means simple or one-word domains are in high demand.
Menzies, how is that not a gay bar for little men?
We're not buying another domain name.
This was the case with Voice.com, which previously had hosted a cloud voice exchange platform for developing applications and solutions involving the human voice. In 2019, the company MicroStrategy sold the domain via domain selling service GoDaddy for $30 million. The address now hosts Block.one's new blockchain-based social media platform, Voice.
A lot of these guys are just Mac.com, at their website, whatever. We get that guy woofing, it's all over.
Number 9. 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO. Vehicles are an investment that is familiar to millions. When you're in the market for one, the price is typically based on how new it is, what speed it can get, how comfortable it is, and what it can do. But it becomes an entirely different ballgame when you get into car collectibles.
You're working on the unicorn of the automobile world.
For example, this 1963 Ferrari GTO was sold during 2018 in a private deal to David McNeil, the founder of WeatherTech, for $70 million.
It's the holy grail. It's the ultimate car that any auction company could possibly ask to offer.
The car model has seen considerable success on the racetrack, with only 36 ever made. Others have sold for $38 million and $52 million, with experts expecting the price of deals like this to only increase in the years to come. Number 8. The Pink Star Diamond. The value of diamonds has never really been in question. Typically, the purer the cut and the bigger the size, the more expensive the diamond is. Well, this vividly pink, internally flawless 59.60 carat African diamond broke records in 2017 after selling for $71 million.
This is the largest fancy vivid pink, internally flawless, they've ever graded. So I think we're looking at the biggest, pinkest diamond known.
It was sold at auction in Hong Kong, destroying the previous record-setting sale of a diamond of $57.5 million. The order was by the Hong Kong-based jewelry company Chow Tai Fook, so it seems like it's more a corporate status symbol than something attached to the jewelry. Imagine your partner asking for this on an engagement ring. There wouldn't even be a wedding.
Jeez, crow, look at the size of that rock!
Number 7. The Pointing Man Sculpture. Alberto Giacometti was a Swiss artist renowned for his surrealist sculptures. Influential for much of the 20th century, the price of his art skyrocketed after his passing in 1966, and has continued to do so. This is especially true of his 1947 bronze sculpture L'Homme au Doigt, or Pointing Man. While 7 versions of the cast exist, this does not depreciate its value at all.
His work, I think, almost came to define a new way of thinking about humanity after the war.
It became the most expensive sculpture ever in 2015 when it was sold for $141.3 million during the New York Look Forward to the Past sale. This wasn't unexpected, as another one of his works, L'Homme qui marche 1, sold for approximately $104.3 million 5 years earlier. Number 6. The Dream Jet, BBJ B787. When most of us peasants get on an airplane, we can expect to be squeezed into a tiny seat among the hundreds of other passengers on the flight. If you're lucky, you might make it to first class.
You know, our goal should be a society without classes.
But what if you had a whole house in there? This Boeing 787 Dreamjet is a 2,400 square foot luxury jet that contains private dining areas, a master bedroom, ensuite bathroom, dressing room, TV area, and lounge. In 2018, Chinese conglomerate HNA Group put this plane up for sale for over $300 million, hoping to attract a buyer.
The potential customers for the Dreamjet basically are the head of states and the top VVIP, the royal families.
But dropping that astronomical amount would not be the last expense, as operational costs are estimated to be around $74,000 an hour.
Is that all?
Number 5, the Salvator Mundi. While art might be a creative expression of emotions and experiences, it's also well known for selling for astronomical prices.
I have it at 110 million. Who'll give me 120? Give me 140, 130 million.
For example, the Card Players painting by French artist Paul Cézanne sold in 2011 for $250 million. But Leonardo da Vinci's work is at the top of the list of the most expensive paintings ever sold. However, it isn't the very prominent Mona Lisa that claims that honor. The Salvator Mundi is a painting featuring Jesus Christ, but is hotly contested whether it's an entirely original work by da Vinci or he just contributed to it.
400 million.
Despite these debates, the price tag still stays strong, having sold for $450.3 million in 2017.
Okay, I'll buy you one. Or two. They come as two. I'll buy two. No.
Number 4, Antilia. When you see a skyscraper like this, you might think it would be split up for many wealthy individuals. But the Antilia is entirely the private residence of billionaire Mukesh Ambani and his family, sitting in Billionaires Row in Mumbai, India. This vertical mansion contains 27 stories with 3 helipads, a ballroom, 9 high-speed elevators, a 50-seat theater, spa and health center, terrace gardens, swimming pool, a 168-car garage, a temple, and a snow room.
Oh, I gotta get me one of those.
As you can expect, this extravagant display of wealth has drawn some ire. But when you're living in a home that costs between $1 and $2 billion, you might expect this.
I'm not greedy. As long as I've got my health and my millions of dollars and my gold house and my rocket car, I don't need anything else.
Number 3, yacht history supreme. When you think of rich people, yachts tend to be something you associate with them.
Yeah, lunch on the company yacht? Oh, yeah, that sounds great, Jameson.
But if you want to cruise the sea in obscene luxury, you better buy one of the exceedingly expensive ones. The Project Infinity German super yacht is an excellent example, worth $104 million, sporting 8 staterooms and a helideck. But it's not the most expensive. The Yacht History Supreme is a £2.8 billion or $3.8 billion yacht covered in 100,000 kilograms of gold, platinum, and jewels throughout the base and interiors. It also contains a statue made from actual Tyrannosaurus Rex bones.
Triceratops head coming through.
Stegosaurus back plates used for either defense or control of body temperature coming through.
This ridiculously large expression of wealth was purchased in 2011 by an unnamed Malaysian businessman. Number 2, the James Webb Space Telescope. Discovering what's out there in the far reaches of space is a complex and challenging process, hence why it can be so darn expensive. For example, the Hubble Space Telescope, launched in 1990, cost roughly $4.7 billion after being adjusted for inflation. In 2021, NASA launched the James Webb Space Telescope, which blew that budget out of the water, costing around $9 billion. It contained revolutionary infrared technology that would allow scientists to see the birth of stars.
And this telescope is going to be the largest, most complex, and most powerful telescope that we've ever sent to space.
It makes sense that space tech would cost something out of this world, but if those numbers seem scary to you, you do not want to know their operating costs.
We'll be able to see the first light galaxies, the first objects and stars that were glowing after the Big Bang. And to do that sort of science, we need MIRI.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, the Great Mosque of Mecca. This location holds many titles. It's the largest mosque globally, the 8th largest building worldwide, and one of the most expensive buildings in the world.
You must come with us to Hajj in Mecca next year. Your father says you're quite pious.
The Masjid al-Haram is an incredibly critical place for followers of the Muslim faith, as all Muslims must perform the Hajj pilgrimage if they're able. Its creation dates back hundreds of years, and it's undergone continual construction, extensions, and renovations, reportedly costing more than $100 billion. While the sheer amount of money spent on the site has not been without controversy, it is undoubtedly the most expensive thing you can find on this list.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.